Hi, I'm Mike Hirschberg, the Executive Director of the Vertical Flight Society. What an incredible year it has been. Despite the global pandemic that disrupted everyone's lives, the global economy, and commercial aviation, the vertical flight community has continued to advance its capabilities in the face of adversity. From new commercial rotorcraft developments and the continued eye-popping progress in advanced air mobility, which VFS calls the electric VTOL revolution, to future vertical lift and landing a helicopter on Mars, the past 12 months have transformed the future of vertical flight. Like our members, VFS has leaned forward into today's challenges and provided new levels of support to our members and the community, such as providing some 60 webinars and several virtual conferences and short courses over the past year. In contrast to other professional societies and associations, VFS membership has been growing. We now have 6,100 individual members, 30 university members, and 150 corporate members, an increase of 50% over just 3 years ago. Now we're very pleased to honor some of our incredible members and their achievements as we continue our 77-year tradition of recognizing outstanding leaders in industry, government, and academia with the world's most prestigious awards in vertical flight. Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company, is a sponsor of this year's 77th Annual Grand Award Ceremony. We appreciate so much the support of all of our sponsors and exhibitors who believe in the mission of the Vertical Flight Society, and without whom the forum would not be possible. Now, I'd like to introduce Paul Lemo, President of Sikorsky, and the 2021 President of the VFS Board of Directors. Paul?
Thank you, Mike. I want to welcome you all to the 77th Annual VFS Grand Award Ceremony. For those of you who haven't met, my name is Paul Lemo, and I'm the president of Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. While I wish we were all gathering in person to celebrate these award winners, it is good we're remaining vigilant with social distancing practices. I look forward to the day we can all celebrate together. It's a true privilege to lead the Sikorsky team and continue the legacy of excellence. Sikorsky is proud to sponsor this year's VFS event. Societal organizational meetings originated at Sikorsky in 1943, with VFS being founded the same year. Sikorsky has believed in vertical flight technology since the very beginning of the organization. VFS has created an incredible legacy of contributions to vertical flight, working to advance the state of vertical flight technology for over 75 years. Vertical flight technology has enabled us to soar to new heights. And at Sikorsky, we're working towards the future of vertical lift every single day and breaking new barriers along the way. Last year, Defiant and Raider flew together in formation for the first time. This historic flight highlighted the maturity, scalability, and transformational capability of Sikorsky's X2 technology. We're excited to see what the future holds and are eager to define the future of vertical flight. Now, the Vertical Flight Society would like to present its 2021 Membership Awards. I hope you all enjoy the ceremony, and congratulations to all the winners.
Thanks, Paul, and thanks again to Sikorsky for sponsoring our 77th Annual Grand Award Ceremony. We hope that everyone will be able to participate in our virtual Forum 77 next week, which continues our tradition of excellence as the largest and longest-serving vertical flight technical event in the world. This year's 77th Annual Forum, originally planned for West Palm Beach, Florida, and now online, only happens through the countless hours of support from the people who unselfishly volunteer their time, such as members of the Technical Council and the technical committees, the chairs and co-chairs of some 40 technical sessions, dozens of student volunteers, and many, many others. And of course, a special thanks to our hundreds of authors and co-authors who provide the core technical content of the forum, with more than 230 technical presentations this year. But coordination of the efforts of these volunteers wouldn't be possible if not for the small but dedicated VFS headquarters staff, who handles all the behind-the-scenes details that make the forum happen year after year. Julie, David, Valerie, Jim, Randy, Betty, and Alka have worked tirelessly for the past 9 months, starting well before the last forum was held, on putting together another fantastic event. In addition to our professional staff, I want to recognize VFS members Dr. Cliff Smith and Dr. Anita Tracy for their decades of dedicated support of the audiovisual needs of the forum, and John M. Davis, a retired U.S. Army engineer and former VFS technical director, is our scriptwriter for today's award ceremony. Now the Vertical Flight Society would like to present its 2021 Membership Awards, recognizing those who have been the most active recruiters of new members between April of last year and March of this year. To announce these awards, I turn the ceremony over to John Tatro, our Vice President for Membership.
All right, Mike. Way to knock it out of the park. Great to be back. Let's get everybody back on mute here. I say it's great to be back. I haven't actually gone anywhere because of this pandemic business, so that's a bit of a bummer. But, you know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's another BYOB event. No, B is not for booze. We introduced this concept last year. This is a bring your own banquet event. And last year when I put this together, people, criticized my menu a little bit. And so over the pandemic lockdown and so forth, I spent some time trying to up my chef skills, and I wanted to go to the Culinary Institute of America. Turns out that's in New York. Turns out New York had a hard time with this COVID bit. They're sort of locked down, and it's sort of expensive. So I settled for the Culinary Institute of YouTube. And you can see that the results are actually fairly impressive. So what we have here is tuna with a dill relish on multigrain rye with crisp romaine lettuce, a fabulous handful of crunchy Cheetos, and this is paired with a low to mid-grade Chardonnay. So this is what I'll be enjoying for the rest of the awards. You grab what you have and let's get moving. So before we get into the actual awards, I thought it would be good for the membership to see where we stand across this whole pandemic. So when this thing hit and we had to cancel, delay, turn to virtual the forum last year, you can see we made a fairly decent comeback in October. And now, believe it or not, with the leadership under Mike, my counterpart Valerie, Jim Sherman, and others, everyone in the office, we actually have recaptured where we were before the pandemic membership-wise. We were just north of 6,000. Now we're a little further north of 6,000. It's just really, really impressive. I think that says a lot about those folks and about you all here, the resilience of the membership. So that makes these membership awards a little bit more special. So we've got two. One is just the basic overall head count increase. We call it the net, and then there's the percent increase award. Now for the first award, this went to the Montreal Ottawa chapter. Did a great job adding 105 heads. Way to go, hats off to them. And believe it or not, this has happened before, not often, but they also picked up the percentage award with the 55% increase in membership. So that's absolutely fantastic. And when you have these kind of results and you got an active chapter like the Montreal Ottawa chapter, there's always at least one individual, if not more, behind the scenes that are really super highly motivated and that really make a difference. And one such individual in this chapter, the Montreal Ottawa chapter, is Chantal Boucher. She's been doing Vertical Flight Society work for several years. She's super motivated, a great leader, and I'm sure she makes life in that chapter all the better. I know when I was officer in the Southwest chapter, I had some folks that made my life super easy. And I can't imagine really without them what it would have been like. So hats off to Chantal and those like her, and there are some like her. So we've got some honorable mentions also. The East New England chapter crushed it with 63 heads added. Special thanks to Linda Smith and David Spillman for their hard work here, getting those numbers up. And then across the pond, believe it or not, the UK chapter comes in with 36% increase. So Dr. Mark White there, super job. He's with the University of Liverpool and highly dedicated to the vertical flight effort, as well as getting young people, a diversified set of young people kind of into the pipeline to support the industry. And so everything he's doing, our hats off to him as well. So that's all we have for the awards tonight. I hope you enjoy your BYOB. And next time we'll be together in all likelihood. There's a subtle reminder. Well, next year, folks, we're going to be in Fort Worth. So I hope you're ready for it. It's May 10 through 12, and it's going to be a great time. All you eVTOLers, you future vertical lifters, OEMs, airframers, support staff, all the people in the industry, commercial, military, manned, unmanned, we need you to be there. It's going to be a great time. We'll be together for the first time in a couple of years. and we hope you show up. All right, up next is Dr. Marilyn Smith. She's the director of the Vertical Lift Research Center of Excellence there at the Georgia Institute of Technology. We have the very good fortune that she's also our technical director. So please come off of mute, give Marilyn a warm welcome, and a much-deserved round of applause to our membership award winners. Thank y'all.
Hello, everyone. It's my great pleasure to recognize the Forum 77 Technical Chair, Dr. Hal Kang from the Army Research Laboratory, for his prodigious efforts in helping to pull together a great forum of technical papers. Being a Forum Technical Chair is a lot of work. I should know, I was one just a few years ago. Hal devoted a tremendous amount of time and effort over the past year to make Forum 77 the great success that it is. Hal worked with the VFS headquarters, our 22 technical committees, and hundreds of authors to create the great technical program that is the hallmark of this forum. Hal, thank you so much for all of your efforts. The Robert L. Lichten Award is given to the author of a technical paper who has not previously presented the results of his or her work at a technical conference. The winner this year is Andrew Lavoie from Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. Andrew's paper is entitled Variational Tolerance Analysis, Design and Manufacturing Optimization Using Statistical Simulation. The paper will be presented during the Manufacturing and Technology session on Monday, May 10th. We encourage you to watch the presentation or to look for the paper in the forum proceedings. Andrew, we are very pleased to recognize you with the Robert L. Lichten Award. At this point, I would like to turn the ceremony back over to Mike Hirschberg for some announcements regarding the Vertical Flight Foundation Scholarship Fund.
Thanks, Marilyn. Since 1977, the Society's Vertical Flight Foundation has awarded more than 600 scholarships. We've greatly expanded the scholarship program in recent years. 10 years ago, we awarded $35,000 to 18 students. Thanks to the support of members like you, we're now able to provide $100,000 every year, with 27 students receiving scholarships this year. So, a big thank you to those of you who've made donations to VFF over the past year. And if you haven't contributed recently, please consider making a donation. VFS covers all administrative costs for VFF, so 100% of your donation goes towards scholarships. With your help, we've been able to keep our endowment well funded while tripling the amount of our scholarships since I became executive director in 2011. This past year has been an exceptional one regarding donations to VFF. Despite the recent changes in U.S. tax laws for charitable contributions, we received 67 donations. And last year, we received our largest VFF contribution ever, a donation of more than $900,000 from the estate of Robert Head. Bob Head, an engineer with McDonnell, Hughes, and Boeing, was a 55-year emeritus member. He bequeathed his estate to VFF to support future generations of vertical flight engineers and scientists. Thank you, Bob Head, for your incredible generosity and being such an example for us all. The Head Trust donation will help ensure that VFS can continue to award $100,000 in annual scholarships in the future, but only with your help. We invite you to support the VFF scholarship program by giving to the full extent of your ability. Please go to our website at vtol.org/VFF and donate, or contact us about estate planning or lifetime giving. The students receiving VFF awards next year will truly appreciate it. Now, I'd like to turn the ceremony over to Andy Keith, Chair of the VFF Selection Committee, for the presentation of this year's scholarships awards. Andy?
Each year, the Society's Vertical Flight Foundation awards merit-based scholarships to students entering or engaged in rotorcraft education. First, I would like to recognize my fellow members of the Scholarship Selection Committee who performed the difficult process of selecting the outstanding students this year to receive scholarships. Susan Gorton, John McEwen, Cliff Smith, and Anthony Gardner. And I would like to give special thanks to Jeff Sinsay and Julie Gibbs for their support of the committee as well. This year, the Vertical Flight Society is awarding 27 Vertical Flight Foundation scholarships in 3 categories, totaling $100,000. These students are the future leaders of vertical flight. Awards are made in categories corresponding to the applicant's degree programs. The bachelor's degree scholars, in alphabetical order, are Leliana Friday, Pennsylvania State University. Subhank Gwali, Ohio State University. Joseph Kiley Hemmerle, Texas A&M University. Christopher Johnson, Ohio State University. Melanie Peavy, Texas A&M University. The master's degree scholars, in alphabetical order, are Matthew Shane Asper, University of Texas at Austin. Matthew Baer, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. Hunter Denton, Texas A&M University. Nicholas Ream, University of Maryland. Peter Rysick, University of Maryland. Brendan Smith, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. James Sutherland, University of Maryland. Lennart Werner, Julius Maximilius University Würzburg. And Demarius Rene Zakos, Pennsylvania State University. The doctorate degree scholars, in alphabetical order, are Jared Carnes, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Ruthvik Chandrasakaran, Georgia Institute of Technology. Cheng Chi, University of Maryland. Aaron Dutta, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. Si Cheng Kevin Lee, University of California, Davis. Felix Losley, Leibniz University, Hanover. Ravi Lumba, University of Maryland. Joseph Robinson, Georgia Institute of Technology. Farid Semi, Texas A&M University. Jared Sagaga, University of California, Davis. Frederick Sai, University of Maryland. Raja Akif Raja Zehiruddin, Pennsylvania State University. And Paola Zanella, Georgia Institute of Technology. Each of the bachelor scholarships includes a cash award of $3,500. The master students also receive $3,500, and doctorate scholarship winners each receive $3,625. In addition, 2 top graduate candidates have received special recognition. Master's candidate Demarius Rene Zakos of Pennsylvania State University has been awarded the Bell Vertical Flight Scholarship with a total value of $5,000 provided by a generous VFF endowment from the company. Doctorate candidate Paola Zanella of the Georgia Institute of Technology, receiving a total of $6,000 as the winner of the Dr. Jin Yang VFF Scholarship for Cost Awareness, given to the most qualified applicant who shows interest in improving the affordability of rotorcraft. Congratulations to all the recipients. We look forward to your joining our vertical flight community and leading it into the future. I will now turn the ceremony back to Mike Hirschberg.
Thanks, Andy. It's so great to recognize these future leaders of vertical flight. Now, normally this part of the program would begin after the banquet meal. So, as always, I'd like to pause now to honor a few of our members who passed away since last year's forum. As we stand on the shoulders of the giants before us, let us remember to give a helping hand to those who are the future. That's what our society is all about, disseminating knowledge, making connections, and working together to advance vertical flight. At this time, I'd like to pass the baton to your host for the rest of the ceremony, Edward Hoskin, Vice President of Engineering for Pratt & Whitney Canada, this year's VFS Chair of the Board and Chair of the Awards Committee. Edward?
Thanks, Mike. This ceremony is a very special event for our society. No greater honor can be afforded an individual by an organization than recognition of professional excellence by one's peers. That's what this ceremony is all about. The recognition of those who have demonstrated excellence in our community is an important purpose of the society, and we depend on you, our members, to nominate candidates for our prestigious awards program. Before I begin the presentation of the awards, I would like to recognize the members of the Society's Awards Committee. Dr. Marilyn Smith from Georgia Tech, as her role of the VFS Technical Director. Martin Peria from Jaunt Air Mobility, our industrial representative. Dr. Jürgen Rolander from Technical University of Munich, our academic representative, and Terence Gee from NavAir, our government representative. As the VFS chair of the board, I serve as the chairman of the awards committee. With dozens of truly impressive nominations this year, plus hundreds of endorsements and the letters of recommendation, the effort and the commitment put forth by the members of this committee was just amazing. The results of their deliberations ensure that today's award winners exemplify excellence in every category. We begin our awards program with the recognition of the winner of the 41st Annual Alexander A. Nikolsky Honorary Lectureship. This honor is given to an individual who has a highly distinguished career in the vertical flight aircraft research and development and is skilled at communicating their technical knowledge and experience. This year, the awards committee has bestowed this high honor on Fabio Nannoni, Senior Vice President of Safety Management Governance at Leonardo Helicopters. The basis for Fabio's selection was described in much detail during the introduction to his lecture. Suffice it to say here, his career spanned nearly 40 years, spent all in the rotary wing disciplines. Fabio has led the company's engineering directorate through technological challenges, fostering an innovative culture. He has participated with increasing responsibility in the management of complex projects in multinational and multicultural environments. Throughout his career, Fabio never stopped contributing to the aspects of design and innovation, always keeping in mind the final users and their safety. Personally leading the integrated design teams responsible to manage the product improvements, especially when impacting the airworthiness and the safety of the company's helicopters. Thank you, Fabio, for all your contributions to our community, and congratulations. The Paul E. Howder Award is given for outstanding technical innovation in the development of vertical takeoff and landing aircraft other than helicopters. This year's recipient is John W. Pisacki, President and CEO of Pisacki Aircraft Corporation. Over his 35-year career, John has led the company's many innovative projects, most of which have been focused on the novel VTOL research, development, and flight demonstration programs to extend VTOL performance and capabilities beyond that of conventional helicopters. Examples include the X-49A Speedhawk, a compound H-60 derivative providing significant improvements in speed and reduction in vibration. The AirGuard UAV, world's first autonomous autogyro. ClearPath, an autonomous man-rated helicopter. Turres, a multi-mission air-launched modular UAV. The Aerial Reconfigurable Embedded System, or ARES, a platform for moving payloads and supplies. The PA-890 all-electric slowed rotor wing compound helicopter, and the Adaptive Digital Automated Pilotage Technology, or ADAPT system, a comprehensive flight control system designed to achieve revolutionary improvements in safety, survivability, performance, and redundancy.
Hello, I'm John Pisacki, President of Pisacki Aircraft Corporation. I want to thank the Vertical Flight Society for the Paul E. Howder Vertical Flight Innovation Award. Pisacki has been part of the vertical flight industry from the beginning, and we're proud of the innovation and contributions that we've made over the years. We've been blessed with customers that have demanding requirements and high expectations, the ingredients of innovation. Innovation requires dedication, imagination, and hard work. I want to thank all the Pisacki aircraft employees for their contributions to achieving the impossible. There's a lot more to do. Let's get on doing it.
John's vision and exceptional career accomplishments clearly demonstrate the outstanding achievements worthy of the Paul E. Howder Award recognition. Congratulations, John. The next honors are the VFS Technical Fellows. This honor is granted to society members whose career-based technical accomplishments towards the goals and objectives of the vertical flight industry constitute an outstanding technical achievement. This year's four honorees are Dr. Andreas Bernhard, Director of Aircraft Design Engineering, Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. Dr. Doug Boyd, Senior Aerospace Engineer, NASA Langley Research Center. Arnaud Lepape, Director of the Helicopter Program at ONERA, the French Aerospace Lab. Dr. Giant Sirori, Professor E.L.H. Ramona Thornton Centennial Fellow, University of Texas at Austin. Andy Bernhard is honored for his 25-plus year career in research and development and helicopter design, which has led to notable advancements in active rotor control, active vibration control, model scale and full-scale wind tunnel testing, health and usage monitoring, and prognostics, resulting in 5 patents. His technical knowledge and accomplishments have earned him the utmost respect from his colleagues. Also, Andy is a lifetime member and a tireless supporter of VFS. Doug Boyd is recognized as a world-class authority on aeroacoustic computational modeling for vertical lift vehicles. He has had a lead role in developing several generations of rotoacoustic codes for NASA, including his ongoing work for ANOPA 2 and ARON. His technical accomplishments have been documented in over 140 technical presentations, papers, and publications. His research is internationally recognized as some of the most significant in this field. Arnaud Lepip's 20-year technical career has significantly advanced in the state-of-the-art of rotorcraft aeromechanic research, fostered international cooperation, and provided exemplary leadership in the planning and execution of rotorcraft research. His work in fuselage drag, dynamic stall, and optimization has fundamentally changed how the communities approach aircraft design and analysis. Throughout his career, Arnaud has published over 45 conference papers and 21 journal articles. Dr. Jayant Sirori is recognized for his pioneering contributions over 20 years on the theory and application of smart sensors and actuators in vertical lift, experimental research in high lift, offset coaxial rotor systems, co-authoring the first authoritative textbook on smart structural theory, and his seminal research in rotor wing and smart structure with 57 archive papers and 5 Best Paper Awards. Each of these individuals has made significant contribution to the success of VFS over many years, so thank you and congratulations. Our next award is the Francois Xavier Bagnoud Award, which recognizes a society member who is 35 years old or younger for their career to date outstanding contributions to vertical flight technology. The winner this year is Dr. Michael Jones at DLR, the German Aerospace Center. Dr. Jones is recognized for his innovative research in the fields of modeling and simulation, handling qualities, and simulation fidelity. Among his accomplishments is the development of a novel subjective assessment methods and objective monitoring tools to improve the detection and testing of safety-critical rotorcraft pilot couplings, with particular focus on the subset of pilot-induced oscillations. Another important activity was the development of innovative tools to improve the tuning of rotorcraft simulation motion platforms. Within the framework of the European Union Clean Sky 2 program, he is work package leader and principal investigator at DLR for rotorcraft certification by simulation. His research has twice been awarded Best Paper with the Handling Qualities Technical Sessions at the VFS Annual Forum. Dr. Jones has documented scientific work in over 50 publications, of which 16 are journal articles and 34 are conference papers. Mike's impressive list of accomplishments makes him truly deserving the Francois Xavier Bagnoud Award. Congratulations. Next, the Grover E. Bell Award. It is given to an outstanding research and experimentation contribution in the field of vertical flight development brought to fruition during the preceding 18 months. This year's recipient is Bell's Electrically Distributed Anti-Torque, or EDAT, development program. Bell's EDAT system is distributing anti-torque thrust system uses an array of electric fans with fixed pitch blades. This concept offers greater simplicity than conventional designs with constant speed and variable pitch, and has a potential to reduce helicopter noise. Using a mix of custom design and commercially off-the-shelf equipment, the international team developed and flew a Bell 429 demonstrator, providing valuable data on the practical use of hybrid electric technology. Fan RPM is greatly reduced in low torque situations such as cruise, where the vertical fin is capable of carrying the significant portion of the load. For this reason, the technology has the potential to reduce helicopter noise signature by stopping or reducing the speed of some of all of the fans during forward flight. The ability to run the fan at different RPMs distributes the noise harmonics so that the perception of noise is further reduced. The Bell 429 EDAT represents the first time this technology has been tested on a full-scale helicopter. Congratulations to the EDAT team on its accomplishments and this recognition. And now, the Supplier Excellence Award. It is given in recognition of a supplier who, through the quality, innovativeness, and cost-effective technology of its products, has made a notable contribution to improving the state-of-the-art of vertical flight aircraft. This year, we are pleased to present the award to Survival Systems International. SSI's contribution and support of Bell's V280 Valor tilt rotor blade development and their recent creation of an expanded polypropylene ballistic panels used on the U.S. Navy's CMV-22 Osprey variant exemplified their commitment to their support of their customers. SSI's dedication in bringing their technologies to bear in support of Bell exemplifies the characteristics of a true supplier of excellence. Congratulations to SSI for this recognition. Now, the Robert L. Pinckney Award. It is given in recognition of notable achievement in manufacturing research and development for rotorcraft or rotorcraft components brought to fruition in the preceding year. This year, it goes to Sikorsky's Raider X main rotor blade spar team. The team, consisting of Eric Dunn and Keith Shannon, developed on novel tooling strategies, leveraged additive manufacturing and the digital thread to rapidly implement robust manufacturing methods for a complex, high-performance, rigid main rotor blade spar to meet the demands of the U.S. Army's Future Vertical Lift program. Eric and Keith leveraged their expertise, technical ability, and creativity to bring innovative solutions forward to translate a highly complicated design to fabricate parts on a very short timeline, all while mitigating schedule and cost risks. At every key point in the development process, they solicited feedback from subject matter experts in operations, and with digital integration and technology insertion, they were able to validate or make swift adjustments to the spar layup process and/or the tooling. Their ability to think big, start small, and move fast has helped position Sikorsky for success within the next generation program. Congratulations to the team for winning the Pinckney Award. Next is the Harry T. Jensen Award, given for outstanding contribution to the improvement of reliability, maintainability, safety, or logistics support through improved design, brought to fruition during the preceding year. Initiated in the 1980s, the strategy of the program is to provide a means of identifying, controlling, monitoring, and inspecting flight safety parts during the manufacturing, installation, overhaul process, and maintenance throughout the product life cycle. The program supplements the Sikorsky Quality Program by implementing over and above controls and inspections by certified personnel for the critical characteristic features of a flight safety part. Further, the program provides traceability of each flight safety part by source through manufacturing process and the aircraft installation. The Howard Hughes Award is given for an outstanding improvement in the fundamental technology brought to fruition during the preceding 18 months. This year, the Hughes Trophy was awarded to the SB-1 Defiant main rotor gearbox team. The team includes members from Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company, and the Boeing company. For the U.S. Army's Joint Multi-Role, or JMR Technology Development Program, the team developed an advanced coaxial main rotor gearbox that breaks performance barriers for medium-lift rotorcraft through the strategic incorporation and maturation of low technology readiness level technologies in advanced analytical tools and methods. Lower TRL technologies selected for incorporation in the gearbox include advanced aluminum alloys, thin-wall titanium rotor shafts, hybrid ceramic bearings, PEEK or polyether ketone bearing cages, aluminum metal matrix bearing liners, internal load-bearing carbon composite components, internal printed metal components, and advanced gearbox lubricating oils. In addition to advanced material and component technologies, the main rotor gearbox team also leveraged advanced analytical tools to improve performance. While there is still verification activity to be completed during the high-speed operations, all the data collected in the flight test to date continues to validate the success of the gearbox. It gives the Society great pleasure to recognize the members of the team of our prestigious Howard Hughes Award. Congratulations. Next, VFS is pleased to present the Frederick L. Feinberg Award, sponsored by the Common Corporation, in honor of one of their early test pilots and leaders. Each year, the Feinberg Award is presented to the vertical flight aircraft pilot or crew who demonstrates outstanding skill or achievement during the preceding calendar year. This year's award goes to the U.S. Air Force's Special Operations Command 7th Special Operations Squadron CV-22 Osprey crew. The individual crew members being recognized are Major Kevin Winslow, Captain Brandon Belcher, Master Sergeant Joseph Petty, Tech Sergeant John Coleman, Major Joseph Diltz, Captain Lucas Dunkovich, Master Sergeant Christopher Reedy, Tech Sergeant Christopher Goyen, Captain Kyle Conklix, Captain Kyle Lund, Tech Sergeant Thomas Morgan, Senior Airman Kyle Rooney, Major Cody Moorhead, Captain Ryan Gray, Staff Sergeant Robert Duck, and Staff Sergeant Maleki Pinedo. In October 2020, while conducting local training flights in the United Kingdom, the Special Operations Wing received a tasking to support contingent operations deep inside the African continent. Upon notification, Major Winslow was selected as the CV-22 flight lead to begin planning for the forward staging of the CV-22s while coordinating mission specifics with the U.S. Special Operations Force tasked for mission execution. Within 24 hours, Major Winslow and the crew arrived at the forward staging base and immediately entered deliberate planning with the tasked forces. The distance from their forward operating base to the objective was an astounding 2,000 miles. With such a vast distance to cover, requiring multiple air refueling over some of the hardest African terrain, the CV-22s were the only aircraft capable of completing this mission in one period of darkness. On the night of execution, the crew encountered unforeseen circumstances causing the crew to reaction the flight plan route and fuel requests with only 5 hours remaining in the launch window. Once wheels up, he led his formation through 3 rendezvous over 5 hours of aerial refueling to reach the objective area. During the third aerial refueling, one of the CV-22s in the formation had a catastrophic electrical failure, leaving a black cockpit and 1 backup radio operational. Major Winslow immediately reorganized his formation to provide support to the disabled aircraft and additional support aircraft to the planned recovery base over an hour away for transload of Special Operations Forces required to execute the mission. 2 hours later, Major Winslow was able to reconstitute the formation to support actions on the objective. Once the mission was complete, he expertly sequenced his formation to exfiltrate all Special Operations Forces from the objective. In total, the mission lasted 11 hours and required a 17-hour crew duty day. The integration of the CV-22s in this mission were critical to the successful accomplishment of this complex mission. The distinctive accomplishments of the entire flight crew members reflect the credit upon themselves and the United States Air Force. It gives VFS great pleasure to recognize the U.S. Air Force's Special Operations Command 7th Special Operations Squadron CV-22 Osprey crew with the Society's Frederick L. Feinberg Award. Congratulations to all those involved. The next award is the John J. Schneider Historical Achievement Award. This award is given to an individual for distinguished achievement in encouraging appreciation of and enhancing access to the history and legacy of vertical flight aviation. This year's recipient is Paul Farding. Paul is a retired Army Lieutenant Colonel who enjoys researching and writing about vertical flight history, especially in relationship to the U.S. Army. And now, the Vertical Flight Heritage Site Award. This program is intended to recognize and help preserve locations with the most noteworthy and significant contributions made in both the theory and practice of helicopter and other VTOL aircraft technology. This year, the former Hughes helicopter Culver City plant, nominated by Paul Farding, was selected for its historical significance. This historic site was the location of all Hughes helicopter research and development and production from 1948 to 1983. It was the home of the Hughes XH-17 and the XH-28 tip-jet flying cranes helicopters in the 1950s, followed by the 1960 production lines of the Model 269 and the TH-55 Osage trainer and the Model 369 and the OH-6A Cayuse observation and attack helicopter. The AH-64 Apache prototypes were also designed and developed at this site. The enormous Building 15 on the site was originally constructed in 1943 for the Hughes Hercules flying boat, popularly known as the Spruce Goose. Today is Google's Spruce Goose building located in Playa Vista neighborhood of Los Angeles, California, and is where a large bronze plaque, which weighs 35 pounds, will be installed in a ceremony recognizing the location as an official vertical flight heritage site. Next is the William J. Kostler Award. It is given to the greatest achievement in practical application or operation of a vertical flight aircraft, the value of which has been demonstrated during the preceding year. This year, the awards committee selected 2 crew from the California Army National Guard 40th Combat Aviation Brigade. In September 2020, the raging fires that had engulfed the Sierra National Forest in the central California and trapped more than 240 Mammoth Pool Reservoir campers witnessed a heroic rescue mission from the California National Guard. The CH-47 Chinook and the UH-60 Black Hawk of the 40th Combat Aviation Brigade played an integral part in this daring feat. Battling thick smoke, intense embers, and 20 to 30 knot winds, both aircrew managed to navigate the highly degraded visual environment. Their success was due to familiarity with the environment where they've spent countless flight hours preparing for these bold rescue missions. One of the crew said, "This is our backyard. This area is where we operate in, it's where we train, it's where we're out there a couple times a week. It's also the local community for us. Friends, neighbors, people we go to church with and are friends with." Due to the limited space on both aircraft, the crew returned to the rescue site 3 times. The second trip, unsure if they would be able to fly a third time, resulted in 102 passengers on board the Chinook and 22 on board the Black Hawk. Crew members being honored consist of Chief Warrant Officer Joseph Rosamond, Chief Warrant Officer Brady Heidelbein, Sergeant George Escoval Jr. and Sergeant Cameron Powell in the Chinook, and Chief Warrant Officer Kip Goding, Chief Warrant Officer Irving Hernandez, and Warrant Officer 1 Zhijing of the Black Hawk. Aside from the rescue mission, the overall wildfire effort spanned more than 7 days. It should not go without being said the success was also attributed to more than 100 support personnel and maintenance technicians from the Guard. The California National Guard's Creek Fire Rescue demonstrated the crew's exceptional bravery and resilience, exhibiting selfless life-saving acts related to the operation and application of vertical flight aircraft. VFS is privileged to honor the personnel of the California Air National Guard 40th Combat Aviation Brigade with the William J. Kostler Award for their achievements that saved untold lives and property. The next award is Dr. Alexander Clem Award, which is the highest honor the VFS bestows on an individual for notable achievement in advancing the field of vertical flight aeronautics. This year, the Society recognizes Bill Welsh from Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. Bill is recognized with more than 40 years of contribution in the field of rotorcraft dynamics, including his leadership in advancing the state-of-the-art in the active control of noise and vibration of helicopters. He has been the driving force behind the vibration control technology used on all modern Sikorsky aircraft. More specifically, Bill is also responsible for development of the Sikorsky Zero Vibe system architecture that promises to provide near zero vibration at the blade passing frequency, achieving significant reductions in crew fatigue during long missions and increased component lives. He's also worked extensively in development of active rotor control systems using high harmonic control, individual blade control, and active flaps. Bill is currently lending his extensive experience in vibration control methodologies to the Sikorsky Future Vertical Lift program to ensure the X2 technology platform achieves competitive vibration levels. He also was the lead dynamic engineer for development, ground, and flight stability testing of the 20-foot diameter MH53E composite tail rotor. His 35 patents attest to his unique combination of theoretical expertise, understanding of complex machinery, and his ingenuity to solve problems and bring new products to fruition. Congratulations to Bill on your selection for this year's Alexander Clem Award. Our final recognition tonight is for the VFS Honorary Fellows. This is a status granted to highly distinguished society members who have made exceptional leadership, innovative, or other meritorious contributions that have significantly advanced vertical flight society and the vertical flight community during their career. The recipients of the VFS Honorary Fellows Award this year are Daniel Newman, Chief Engineer, Advanced Vertical Lift, Phantom Works Division of the Boeing Company, Dr. James Wang, Professor and Director of the eVTOL Research and Innovation Center, Nanyang Technological University, Singapore. Dan Newman's 38-year career in industry, academia, and the government has had major impact on the development and advancement of rotorcraft and other VTOL systems. With his leadership within VFS continues to support the education and development of future generations of engineers. His career accomplishments include being selected as the Boeing Senior Technical Fellow in Aircraft Configuration Development, serving as Boeing's technical focus to the Go Fly Challenge, served 2 National Academies panels, chaired 2 NATO industry advisory groups, mentoring student robotic teams, served as the program manager at DARPA for multiple programs, notably the Mission Adaptive Rotor, has been an adjunct professor with mechanical engineering at the University of Pennsylvania and a lecturer at Howard University. In terms of VFS, Dan's roles have included a multitude of elected and appointed positions, most notably Form 58 Technical Chair, Member of the Technical Council, Technical Director of the Society, Chair of the Vertical Flight Foundation's Scholarship Selection Committee for 2 terms, Vertiflight contributor, and advisor to the Executive Director. James Wang's career has included leadership positions at Sikorsky, Augusta Westland, and Leonardo, developing advanced rotorcraft and other VTOL systems, for which he has received 8 patents. He has been an ardent supporter and contributor to VFS, including educating and inspiring the next generation of VTOL engineers. As Vice President of Research and Development at Augusta Westland, now Leonardo Helicopters, James led his Skunk Works in 2011 to design, build, and fly Project Zero eVTOL demonstrator in just 6 months. The 40-foot wide demonstrator amazed visitors at the 2013 Paris Air Show. After a distinguished career in the rotorcraft engineering and marketing, James now teaches aircraft design and performance at Nanyang Technological University in Singapore and consults for companies in the nascent electrical, vertical takeoff and landing, or eVTOL industry. James's VTOL Works LLC consultancy specializes in engineering technologies and business strategy for eVTOL startups. In terms of VFS, James has authored 3 best papers at the forums, being recognized with the Grosvenor Bell Award for his Project Zero work, served on the Dynamic Technical Committee and the Society's Technical Council, taught the Society's annual eVTOL design short course, and has been a strong supporter for encouraging membership in the Society. I am pleased to congratulate Dan and James on becoming the Society's newest honorary fellows. Before we conclude the ceremony, I want to thank the VFS staff, all the committee members and chairs, presenters, board members, technical council members, and every volunteer who has made Forum 77 a great success here in cyberspace. But now it's time to pass the baton. It's been a privilege to serve the Society these past several years since I became Secretary and Treasurer and then elected President and then Chair. I could not have asked for a greater honor. COVID has certainly disrupted everyone's lives and businesses. The civil aviation industry has particularly been impacted, but the vertical flight community has made it through these tough times so far, and the future looks bright. We hope that you will join us next week and see all the work that our members, authors, volunteers have put into Forum 77. We appreciate so much everyone who has volunteered their time to make Forum 77 a success, despite all the obstacles and stress that COVID has caused. VFS and the annual forum play key roles in bringing the community together. Professional development, learning, and collaboration are the hallmarks of VFS and are more important now than ever. Please help keep the collaboration and professional networking going virtually until we can join together in person. Stay active with VFS throughout the year and throughout your career to help continue the advancement of vertical flight. I am proud and honored to have the opportunity to serve the community these past 3 years. Thank you to all that you do. And now I'd like to ask Paul Limo, President of Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company, to the podium. Paul becomes our new VFS Board Chair on July 1st.
Congratulations to all the award winners. Before we conclude the evening, I want to thank the VFS staff and all the committee members for their dedication and commitment in supporting VFS. The Vertical Flight Society is an amazing contributor to the aerospace community. VFS is dedicated to expanding the innovative reach of vertical flight and utilizing it in various ways. Vertical flight allows us to support our military, provide disaster relief, rescue those in need, and so much more. The countless innovations in vertical flight continue to better our world. I hope you have all enjoyed the 77th Annual VFS Grand Awards Ceremony. Sikorsky is honored to support this exciting evening of recognition and celebration. We will continue our mission of helping to advance the future of vertical flight as we explore new technologies every single day. The Vertical Flight Society's 77th Annual Forum will take place next week on May 10th through 14th. This 5-day conference will include information on the latest technologies in aviation, and I hope you'll join us. Thank you for attending the 77th Annual VFS Grand Award Ceremony. Stay safe and stay healthy.